Hello everyone, welcome back again. This is part 2 of chapter 6, lesson 2, What is a Star? At the end of part 1, I gave you an idea about some elements and some characteristics of the sun, like corona, chromosphere, photosphere, solar flares, and sunspots. This time in part 2, we will take them in details, one by one. Photosphere. It is the innermost layer. Look at the picture. And it gives off the light energy we see. Chromosphere. It is the layer above the photosphere. Corona. It is the outermost layer. Look at the picture. Some other elements are sunspots. Sunspots. And they are part of the photosphere. But they look dark because they are not as hot as the rest of the photosphere. Solar eruptions. And there are two types of solar eruptions. The first one is prominence. Prominence. A prominence looks like a ribbon of glowing gases that leaps out of the chromosphere into the corona. Look at the picture. This is a prominence. The second type of solar eruptions is solar flare. Solar flare. It is an explosive eruption of waves and particles into the space. They are very dangerous. Solar flares are similar to volcanoes here on Earth. Look at the picture. And solar flares give off other forms of powerful energy. These forms of energy are so powerful enough to interrupt radio and satellite communication here on Earth. Now open page 272. We have two questions. Question 3. What are the physical characteristics of the Sun? There are so many, but we can summarize them. The Sun is a ball of gases. It gives off light energy. It is very hot. Write this down in your book. Question 4. Why might space agencies not want to send astronauts into space during solar flares? Because the radiation and particles released in space could be very dangerous. Write this down in your book. Now open page 273. We have one question. What is a solar flare similar to on Earth? What is a solar flare similar to on Earth? We said it a few minutes ago. Yes, exactly. They are similar to volcanoes. Volcanoes. Constellations. Have you ever looked up at the night sky? Have you noticed the stars? They are very beautiful. They look like dots. Have you ever tried to connect these dots to form a shape or a pattern? Let's try doing this together. We have a shape, we have a pattern, and this is what we call constellation. Constellation. Now, what is the meaning of a constellation? A constellation is a group of stars that forms a pattern or a shape, like the one on the right side. Actually, the one on the right side is a well-known constellation. It is named Little Dipper. Little Dipper. The Little Dipper contains a star called Polaris. Polaris, or it is known as the North Star. The North Star. Polaris is almost directly above the North Pole. If you can find Polaris in the sky, you can simply tell which direction is north. Now let's enjoy this activity. We have two groups of stars and we will try to form a constellation of them. Look at that. After we connected them, we have now a constellation. This is actually the Big Dipper. Big Dipper. On the right side, we have another group of stars. Let's connect them and form another constellation. What we have now is a famous constellation. It is known as Little Dipper. On the left side, we have Big Dipper, and on the right side, we have Little Dipper. Now open page 274. Question number 6. Why is Polaris called the North Star? Do you remember? Because it is almost directly above the North Pole. Question number 7. How might constellations help scientists study the sky? How? Constellations make it easier to locate some individual stars. Why? Because they tell the directions, like the Little Dipper. It shows where the north is. Stars are on the move. Stars are not always in the same place in the sky. They move in predictable ways. Suppose you looked at the sky early one evening and found the Big Dipper. And when you looked 2 hours later, the Big Dipper seemed to have moved toward the west. Actually, the Big Dipper did not move, but you moved. The Earth moved. The Earth spins, and the spinning of Earth makes the stars appear to move from east to west across the sky, just like the sun, just like the moon. Now open page 275. We have few questions. Question number 8. This time-lapse photo shows how stars seem to move as Earth rotates. Why are the stars in a circular pattern? Because Earth rotates in a circle. Question number 9. If other stars are brighter and larger than the Sun, then why does the Sun appear so large? Because the Sun is the closest star to Earth. Now the last question, question 10. What is the significance or the importance of Polaris, the North Star? Polaris tells which direction is north because it is almost directly above the North Pole. Thank you so much. See you next time.